Achieving Gender Equality Action by Action. So my name is Aleksandra Uznańska-Wiśniewska. I'm a member of parliament from the Republic of Poland, from the Polish parliament. I'm 31 years old and I'm one of the younger women parliamentarians participating in the IPU currently, I believe. So before I became a member of the Polish parliament, I served as a humanitarian aid worker for nearly 8 years in different conflict zones. So I was working for a variety of NGOs, sometimes local NGOs, sometimes international NGOs in the UN, to serve the civilians that were actually suffering from the violations of the international humanitarian law, so rules of war and armed conflict. I served inter alia, I served in Turkey, I served in Jordan, working in the Syria crisis. I was deployed to Iraq, and I was deployed for 2 years running a medical mission in Yemen during the war. And my last mission was Ukraine. And Ukraine in the first year of the full-scale Russian invasion was such a dramatic escalation of the violations of the international humanitarian law that I've decided essentially that was for me the final push to switch, to attempt to seek the bigger tools of impact. So I've returned to my home country, which was Poland, and I put myself to run as an independent candidate in the 2023 parliamentary elections. As a young woman, also probably one of the very few mixed-race candidates, currently the only mixed-race person in Polish parliament. At the time, I've had quite a significant number of, I think, quite specific and unique challenges, specific to my gender and my appearance. So I was elected at 29, and at the time I was the youngest women member of parliament in the Polish parliament. During the parliamentary campaign I was targeted, as many other people were, but I was targeted with specific attacks, including falsified pornographic material that was disseminated via the previous government activists in the media at the time, implying that it was myself. I won in court, so I won in court against that false allegations, defending my professional credibility and my personal dignity. And the money that was sort of won at the case were directed to the NGO that fights actually the sexual violence amongst children. So, however, after I believed, that this is something that happens to many women all over the world, and I just hope that this case, that my case, quite loud at the time, will not happen again to any other young women considering running for parliament. So currently, despite the fact that Poland was one of the very first countries to give women voting rights, it was in 1918, I must say that over the years, the representation of women and gender equality in politics, in parliament, is rather symbolic than systemic. So to give you an example, we are 135 women, we were elected 135 women out of 460 deputies. That's not even 1/3, that's approximately 29%. And it's even worse when it comes to the Senate. It's 27 women out of 100 deputies in the Senate. So I must say that we are still highly underrepresented. I work specifically in committees that are in very heavily male-dominated fields, so I do foreign policy, NATO and defense, and I try to ensure that women's voices are represented, especially in women, peace and security, the UN resolution agenda. However, a lot of work needs still to be done, especially in areas such as healthcare, domestic violence, equality, reproductive rights, which in Poland, unfortunately, when it comes to reproductive rights, healthcare and abortion law, we're still one of the most conservative states in Europe when it comes to access to safe healthcare for women.